Welcome back, folks. It's the Crypto Lunatic, and I bring you another little update with a low cap, potentially gem. Well, it could be. It could be. It might not be. I'll let you make your own mind up with this one. And like anything, this isn't investment advice. This is just my little degen portfolio, and this is the latest one that I found that I've put a tiny amount in that I think this could be. It could be. It's very high risk, high reward, which is a lot of the stuff that I talk about, folks. So this is for people that are new to crypto and you don't really know what you're doing and you just want a general overview of what it is that you're getting yourself into. So in today's episode, I bring you Liquity. Now, what is Liquity? Liquity is a protocol on Ethereum that enables you to borrow against your Ethereum. So let's zoom out now. Ethereum has had a terrible time in the market, a terrible, terrible time. But it's got a lot of institutional adoption. It's got ETFs, exchange traded funds, which means that's a good thing. All you need to know, that's a good thing. They are there, but Ethereum has not been performing. So if you don't believe in Ethereum, then stay away from Liquidity. There you go. Let's start with that. If you don't think Ethereum's going to do anything, continue to underperform, then this probably isn't for you. But this is for people that do hold Ethereum, where they can borrow against their Ethereum at very, very low interest rates. So that's what this does. There's no KYC. You just put your Ethereum there and you can borrow against it. And these are the sort of utility cases where crypto has an edge over traditional banking. There's no long, complicated process of filling in forms, of saying how much you earn and all of this kind of stuff. If you've gone down the traditional bank route to get a loan, if you're sitting on Ethereum and you want to borrow money, Liquity is your place. Well, it's one of many places. For a start, it's very low cap. And a lot of the stuff that I talk about is low cap. And I'm going to give you both sides of the story today because it's not all sweetness and light, and there's always risks involved in crypto. So join me on a journey into Liquity, the latest addition to my little portfolio. So here we go. Let me share my screen with you. So here we go. We'll start here. Liquity currently sitting here. Now, the market cap is 56 million. Now, this isn't quite my usual degen zone of under 20 million. So this is a more established project. But there's one thing different to this project than all of the other stuff that I talk about, or almost all of the other stuff that I talk about, which is properly degen, is this little statistic here, the total value locked. Now, if you're new to crypto and you want more solid picks based on real investors' criteria, well, this is the Warren Buffett zone of assessing cryptos, of looking at the value that's actually in the company and then assessing. So, as a rule of thumb, that the market cap versus the total value locked, that if they're one to one, then that shows that the company is being valued properly. Anything beyond that shows you that potentially the company is undervalued. So this looks as though it's over 3 times undervalued. But I'm going to give you both sides of it because let's look at the chart. Again, this looks like a scam chart. Unfortunately, Liquity launched just after just after the bull market in the last cycle. So it had a little pump when it launched and went up here. Here we go, look to $48. And then the timing was terrible. It went down, 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 stayed down, and Ethereum has been rinsed. It's absolutely been rinsed. So it's not done anything particularly good. And it's been sitting here. But let's zoom out. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's go into the past. So you'll see it. If we go into a year, look, it's generally down. A month, it's gone down. And now you can see, look, yes, it's down, 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 down. It's been heading down for ages, but it hit this point here. And it's been bouncing ever since. Now, will it sustain that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, folks. We really don't. Go into the last 7 days and we see, yes, look, it's slowly been rising. It's been holding. So we know that it's got a low market cap. We know that it's got a lot of total value locked. But let's look at something else. Let's look at the social media, which we do. We'll go to their X account. Now, bear in mind, this has spent a long time doing nothing. Now, there is a pinned tweet here from the 18th of March, which shows they finally come back on board. But if we look underneath that, we'll see they've not been very active since April 2024. So they're back. They are back. They're showing some sort of social media presence. And look, even 100 people have still engaged after a big gap in their posting. We get to do my usual. We go to crypto rank now. I look at the fundraising round. It doesn't tell us how much the investors got in at, but we can see if we go back to the original chart, which we see here, is that when this launched on the market, here's what it started trading at $23. Now, the odds are, because of the length of time that we've had, all the token unlocks and all the vesting would have been priced into the market now. We also see here that we've got the circulating supply here. Now, this is relevant. There's over 94% of the supply in circulation, which is very, very good tokenomics. So we can see that. Now we're going to go to this resource. And this is the other side. So this is the total value locked. We talked about currently that they've got 179 million in market in total value locked. And we can also see here, so if we look down these little stats, we can see that they've got over 50% of their market cap staked. That's people that believe in the project, that have staked their money, that's sitting there. We can see that their treasury is liquid. They're sitting on money. So it's a liquid company, and we're at a tipping point. Now, some think the market has tanked and that's it. Others think we're about to go up, and some are backing Ethereum. So is this Ethereum's time in the sun? And of course, look, we can see the trajectory is generally down, folks. So I don't want to give you all this moon talk. You've got the stats here. It could go down, but the market has just about turned. It's sort of turned. Now, we've had an issue with where they got rinsed, and it really shook the market. And all cryptos have been affected a little bit like that, because they realize that certain protocols can be vulnerable. So for that reason, yes, it is very risky to get involved in stuff like this. But I've given you both sides of the coin now. I believe that based on the potential upside versus the fact that, yes, you could lose everything, which you always can, my friends. You can always lose everything in crypto. But I think upside potential returns versus downside potential risk, that this represents a fairly solid investment. Well, let's call it a gamble, because that's what I have to say in the UK, because it's not investment advice at all, folks. It's not investment advice at all. It's highly risky getting involved in crypto. But as far as risk reward are concerned, I believe that this one's definitely worth a look. And like most of the stuff I talk about, nobody seems to be talking very much about it at the moment, because it's untrendy. And this is the time really to find these little coins here. So Liquity. Is it a low cap crypto gem? Well, I'll let you decide. And if you want more of my little updates, then please do subscribe to the channel. And if you want another one of my little videos, you will find it just there.